Everyone has that one memory as a kid. That fateful day when you accidentally stumbled across some random stop-motion film or video that made you feel uneasy. It was something you couldn't look away from, and for some weird reason, it was something you felt you weren't meant to be seeing. But why? What is it about stop-motion animation specifically that feels so disturbing? Hi, I'm Harrison. Welcome to our channel, where we discuss the strange and wondrous world of animation. We also produce dark stop-motion animation works ourselves, so if you're interested in spooky content and behind-the-scenes magic, consider subscribing to stay updated on videos just like this, while also supporting us as independent artists. Today, we'll be covering the disturbing nature of stop-motion animation. I mean, seriously, what is the freaking deal, man? What the hell even is that?
Please, make it stop.
Okay, so straight off the bat, the most obvious reason why it's so creepy is because of its uncanniness. But what does that actually mean? Well, let's break it down. The word refers to a phenomenon in which feelings of unease, fear, and confusion can arise out of the experience of something that is both familiar yet foreign. When you look at this image, what does it make you feel? Probably not great. But why, you might be thinking? It's just a picture of a dog. Then again, why does it look oddly human? That's uncanniness. So how does this relate to stop-motion animation? Well, when we look at a character like this, for example, deep down we know they are just a well-crafted puppet, made likely from plasticine clay, silicone, or latex. And yet, oddly enough, it can talk, and seemingly feel deep emotions, forming relationships with other puppets. Wait, is this thing alive? Now, obviously we know that it's nothing more than great animation and storytelling, but for some reason, at least subconsciously, we can't help but feel as if something is off. It's like that one doll that was around as a kid. Maybe it was yours, maybe your sister, or someone else you knew. Something that just felt so alive. But it can't be real. I mean, it's just a piece of plastic, right? This is the uneasiness that stop motion can give off, reminiscent of occult practices of imparting inanimate objects with a soul, bringing to life something familiar, strangely human, yet otherworldly. Something that just shouldn't be. Another aspect is what can be referred to as the tactility of stop motion. An idea explored heavily in a book by Jennifer Barker, where she establishes the visceral and material connection between film and audience, attributing stop-motion's tactile appeal to its ability to tap into, quote, the sensuality and perhaps revolutionary potential of child's play, including the itch some of us have to take our toys apart and find out how they work and how they might work differently, end quote. Simply put, she explains how this materiality of stop motion, a medium known for its raw texture and mechanical quality, invokes a sensory experience, one that I consider at times, when taken to its extremes, can become uncomfortably real. Take for example the short stop motion nightmare Bobby Yeah by Robert Morgan. How does the character design of the titular Bobby make you feel? To look at its wounded skin, the irritated tissue around his eyes, nose, and mouth, the materials of his puppet body resembling real flesh. You can almost feel it, like the feeling of having cold sores in the winter, or when your skin cracks and bleeds when dry. It triggers the senses and reminds you of the fragility of the human body. This materiality is not always organic too. It can simply show the tactility of objects represented by stained, frosty corners and gritty surfaces, often present in handcrafted environments built by stop-motion veterans, paradoxically bringing to life the worlds of their stories by emphasizing the perishing of things and places. Essentially, stop-motion is disturbing in large part due to its ability to remind us of the mortality of our own existence, a disturbing feeling that not everyone wants to be reminded of. Finally, we are brought to the third aspect I would like to discuss regarding stop motion's disturbing quality, and that is its often crude aesthetic. If you are someone with a haunting memory of a stop-motion film or video in your childhood, I'd guess that maybe it looked something like this. Or maybe this. You see, a big part of what separates these images from, say, something like this, is the large gap between industry-level productions and the independent space. Most disturbing stop-motion projects, remembered for their crude design and animation, are largely from independent artists. As I'm sure you all know, budget restraints make animation production extremely difficult. Some might say practically impossible when trying to achieve the quality level of industry production. And for the most part, independent stop-motion artists know this, but they do it anyway. In fact, horror artists specifically tend to use the restrictions of their respective mediums to their advantage, often choosing to lean into the uncanniness of it all. They use the messy, homemade aesthetic to experiment creatively, to push the boundaries of what animation can be, sometimes to the point where it no longer resembles a film, and more like a deep web video. It hypnotizes you, and makes you feel nauseous, leaving you thinking to yourself, what am I watching? How did I stumble across this?
Jason, make it stop. Make it stop.
That felt like something I shouldn't have seen, which, for weirdos and horror enthusiasts alike, is ultimately the true appeal to stop-motion's disturbing nature. Hey guys, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, it really helps us out. We're still working hard on our own projects too, so don't worry. There have been some great creative developments, which perhaps we'll make a video on soon. You'll just have to wait and see. Also, let me know what kind of disturbing stop-motion films or videos scarred you as a kid. Tell us in the comment section below, we'd love to check it out. Alright everyone, catch you later.